video. It's been a while. So, I've had some tripod problems or window cling problems. So, I wanted to make a video about Mortal Kombat 11 a couple months later. So, I got it the day it launched. You know, pretty excited. Got it. And I can't put it down. I pretty much play that for at least 20 minutes to half an hour, at the very least, every day. Those living towers or towers of time keep me interested. And, you know, they do have the bonus of brutalities and costumes and gear. So we'll go over, you know, a couple things I've noticed so far. So I ended up getting the combat pack pass thing and getting all the DLC. And, you know, currently at the time of this video, Shang Tsung is the only one that's available. Now Shang Tsung, I don't know if he's overpowered because I never really play with him online. He's not my go-to online fighter. But for at least the towers, I can do some cool stuff with him. So then they posted, you get, this is where my one gripe is, at least. They, you know, posted, you get exclusive gear or gear, whatever, and you get the costumes. Now, mind you, it's like a $50 pass. So here's the thing. I got the costumes of Noob Saibot, because it was classic ninjas. Noob Saibot, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero. Those are your 3 ninja costumes that you get with the combat pack. So go and access the costumes, and the gear is their masks. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can get, like, you know, the classic masks. So apparently, the only one that was available is Noob, his mask. I'm not sure if I somehow unlocked it or whatever, but I go in and the masks are very, very clearly retro. They look kind of plasticky, like they did, you know, like they did in Mortal Kombat 3. You know, for like Cyrax, his head looked like complete plastic. Even in, you know, the 90s graphics, it still looked like a plastic helmet. So they look plasticky versus all the other stuff that you can find. But they're locked behind a crypt wall. I'm like, and I've unlocked a lot of the crypts, so you're telling me that not only do I have to I pay $50, now I have to find the fucking gear in the crypt when I paid $50. Like, and it was said the gear was going to be with it, but I have to find it in the crypt. Like, what the fuck? Just give me the fucking gear. I want the masks to make them look like they're 90s, you know? Which is pretty disappointing in my mind, you know? Like, I'm like, okay, so I paid you your money. Give me the gear. Like, fair and square. I don't want just fucking costumes and characters. If you promise me gear, give me the gear. That's, you know, I want to say this is an updated review, because they've updated the game a lot with different, like, net code and different damages and stuff like that. And I never pay attention to that because I rarely play online, you know. Like I do fight other people. I do try to do the team battles and the, you know, where, I don't know if you know what team battle is, but team battles where 2 or 3 people are, unless you have friends that play the game, picked, and you fight a very strong character, and you all take turns trying to knock this person out with like one after another. It's like the computer has to run a gauntlet against real players. And I've never beat one, and nobody I've ever found on the internet ever beat one. And all my current friends are playing Call of Duty, so because they're stupid. So anyway, Towers of Time though seemed very fair for the most part. When the game first came out, people were outraged at the microtransactions, and this is what I gotta say about the microtransactions. They're still in the game. They're still relatively expensive. You figure even every time you rank up, you get 10 to 15, maybe like if you hit like a milestone, like 100 of the time crystals. So relatively expensive for like a costume's like 500 crystals. But they, like, at least for me, I barely look at I look at the store, I barely buy anything. I think I bought one thing for Scorpion. See, let's just put it out there. I'm a Scorpion fan, Raiden fan, Shang Tsung fan. Those are my top 3 to play as. I don't mind playing as Liu Kang, Noob, Baraka. Like, I have other players, but like my top 3 guys are those 3 guys. That's where I excel. I know some good combos. I dabble in Shao Kahn once in a while, but not anything too crazy. So I never find shit for them ever in the store, like any of those guys. It's always like Cetrion, Jackie Briggs, and Collector and Garrus. Other guy I fight as is Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is pretty good in this game. I can pull off some cool stuff with him. But so like, yeah. So unless you play as like 5 players, your character that you play like to play as is in one of those like 5-6 characters out of like 20 that actually gets, you know, stuff put into the store for them, then you can have outrage. The Towers of Time are the same way. If you know, like last night, I caught one for Sub-Zero. Like that looks, you know, you got a costume, a piece of gear. The mask was pretty awesome. It was badass. It was basically like his old school ninja one, but it was all ice. And you got a brutality, and it was, the towers were like 3, 4, 1, 3, meaning fighters for the towers that you had to win. But the only thing I've ever had as a bad experience in Towers of Time mechanically was I was in the middle of a tower, and it was like I want to say it was 4, so I got through the first 2, and they're all timed. So like one will be up for like an hour, so you have an hour to beat it. Well, apparently I hit the time in the middle of the towers, and it booted me out saying it expired. I'm like, so you only just go through 2 fucking towers for no fucking reason. I'm not going to get any of the rewards at the end. And it was like, you know, a costume pack with, you know, gear and brutalities. I'm like, so I wasted 2 towers for no reason at all. Just a shitty reason. Like that's pretty stupid there. But other than that, it's still a great game. Like, you do the towers of characters that you like and stuff. You do have the character towers. After you beat the story mode, and you do some Towers of Time and get some, you know, some coinage and stuff you can buy with the coins, not real money. Character towers, and that's kind of where I've been dwelling too. Where you can kind of keep your eye. Okay, so the Towers of Time suck. They'll change in an hour. I'm gonna go play Scorpion's, you know, character tower or Cabal. You know, that's where I kind of experiment too, because then I get new parts, new gear and stuff, and intros and outros. That's how I got my Shang Tsung one. That's 3 of his character towers, to where it was like 25,000 coins, 50,000 coins, and then 100,000 coins. But I've accumulated like 2 or 3 million coins just playing Towers of Time for this whole time since launch. And then the you know, when they had the oops, we fucked up and made Towers of Time too hard bonus package of coins, I bought a bunch of the crypt boxes, but the crypt after a while sucks because once you get everything unlocked, and then if you reset those, they don't give you jack shit, at least from what I've noticed, unless they updated it. But the actual fighting gameplay keeps me coming back. It really does. Like, the fatalities, brutalities is where I'm trying to perfect it, where I can pull them off at any time on anybody. And as of right now, Scorpion's brutality with the demon breath is probably the easiest for me to pull off, because you don't have to be like right on top of the person or have to have all these different conditions. Shang Tsung sits still in the guy's soul. That one's pretty easy too. If you can get that grab and you start tapping shit, you're golden and you're gonna suck their soul out of their body. So this was a fun video. Like I said, if there's some shit they need to fix. Towers of Time, they need to mix up the characters and the store. Those two need to happen, because having the same 5 characters get the towers and shit, and then having towers repeat to where they switch off, and then I go, I'm like, oh, there's a new tower, and then it's all checked off. I'm like, I didn't fucking play that. It's because it's a tower that they did before, But for the price point, and if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, I'd still recommend it for a fighting game. It's still probably one of the best fighting games of this year. I'm not really sure how many fighting games came out this year yet. I can think of that. I don't even know if Soul Calibur 6 was, but either way. Yep, so just figured I'd make a Mortal Kombat 11 updated video. So, it's been out for, some months now. And, yeah, I know that people were hating on it for the microtransactions. Only sucks if you play those characters. If not, it's kind of a whatever, You can't buy, just go into the, if you could go in and buy any costume with real cash, with the time crystals, yeah, maybe, it could be kind of shitty, but it's also, you figure, if you can do that, you won't have to grind for hours to open up a box that has nothing in it that you want. I'd be like all excited. I got, on the currencies, they have 3 different ones, so the hearts are the hardest ones to accumulate. Be like, oh, okay, so I have 250 hearts. I'm going to go into the crypt and find a Shao Kahn box. And you're like, okay, hopefully it's Raiden or Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Baraka, Noob Saibot, Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, somebody I like, somebody I can play as. And then it's like Jackie Briggs, Cassie Cage. Actually, I don't mind playing with those two. More or less finding a ton of shit for Cetrion, Aaron Black, Collector, Garrus, who's another annoying one. Trying to think of the board. Those are like the main ones that you just get tons of shit for. Even like Jackie Briggs, Cassie Cage, Sonya Blade. I don't play as them that often. Jackie Briggs though is badass. I need to learn her, actually. But yeah. Scarlet and Frost. Like, those are like the core ones you find shit for. So you're like, okay, and then you like go to the next one and like, okay, so let's let it not suck. That last one was Garrus. Oh, this one's Collector. I'm like, just no. Give me somebody new. So, well, take care.